Hey, welcome back to the Six Figure Mastermind. Today, I have a cool series for you on how to build a six-figure coaching business from home. You're going to want to stay tuned for this one. In order to sell, you have to have a product. That's just the way it works. You can't sell without having anything to sell, okay? So you may be thinking, okay, I want to build a six-figure coaching business, but I don't have a thing to put in people's hands. Maybe you just have IP, intellectual property. Maybe you just have knowledge and expertise. You know what? You can still productize that. Let me show you how. The first thing that you need is what we call in the industry a product pyramid or a product funnel, depending on if you make it go up or if you make it go down. Doesn't matter either way. Here's the thing. When you start a product pyramid, you need a model called your freemium model. The freemium model is what gets to everybody. It's how people try you before they buy you. So some examples of your freemium model could be a YouTube channel. It could be a Facebook post. It could be whatever you put out on social media that no one has to buy to get a hold of you. Okay? So the freemium model gets out to the most people the fastest. That's why it's at the bottom of our pyramid. You've got 7.5 billion people on the planet. All of them can be exposed to your freemium model. Now, I got a question for you. Do you want to work with 7.5 billion people? No, you don't. I promise you, you don't. You don't want to work with 7.5 billion people because not all of them are your ideal client. I'm going to tell you more about that in a minute. This freemium model is going to be the entry level, okay? Once you go past the freemium model, people want to start playing with you. They like what they see. They're trying you before they buy you. Now it's time to make the first purchase. Now it's time to get into the two-figure product funnel. Here's what that looks like. The two-figure product funnel is just like it sounds. It's two figures, anything between $0 and $99. Now, this could be anything. It could be a book that you put out. It could be something they purchase from your blog. It could be a CD that you produce. It could be a subscription, a monthly subscription to a course or a newsletter or a program. This is a two-figure model. Now, guess what? You got 7.5 billion people here. Is every single one of them going to buy your two-figure model? No, they're not. And that's okay. If they did, it'd be a whole different ballgame. So you got your two-figure model right here. After your two-figure model, guess what? You're going to go to a three-figure model. Now, what could that three-figure model be? Well, now we're talking in the coaching space. Maybe a three-figure model is they work with you on a one-on-one basis for a certain amount of time. Maybe even it's a group thing. That'll save you some extra time. Maybe it's a monthly subscription. Maybe it's an event ticket. Maybe it's the ability to buy a physical product, or maybe one of your digital courses that you have multiple modules and pods on. That's a three-figure model here. After that, you guessed it. It's a four-figure model. Now that four-figure model is going to take a lot more investment on someone's part. So guess what it's going to take on your part? A lot more time invested in it. Think about this way. Your freemium model is going to require the least amount of time per person that it gets to. This model right here is still going to require some time, but it's not very much time. It's where you're replicating yourself. It takes maybe 8 hours to write one of your pamphlets or write a book. Once you write that book, it gets distributed to the masses, and each one of those people, let's say it takes them 4 hours to read your book, each one of those people is spending 4 hours with you when you had to do the book one time. Same with an audio, same with a CD, same with everything else. Yes, you put some time into it, but you've just multiplied yourself. When they get up to these higher structures, they are essentially buying more time with you. This four-figure model and everything above it, that's face-to-face time. That's one-on-one time with you, or maybe even group time with you. So the more they pay you, the more they're going to get of you. The less they pay you, the less time they get with you. But remember, you're multiplying yourself here. So you are able to spend thousands and thousands of hours after only having invested just a few. Now, if you want to get to six figures, it's very simple. It's just simple math. So for example, if you have, let's just call this a $10,000 product or a dollar short of a $10,000 product. How many $10,000 products would you need to sell in order to earn six figures in a year? Well, you just need to sell 10 of those. If you had a $10,000 product, you would only need to sell 10 of those in a single year to get your six-figure mark. Does that seem pretty easy? Pretty doable? I sure hope so. If you're in the coaching business, that should feel easy for you. In fact, repeat after me. Selling $10,000 products is easy and it feels great. Repeat that over and over to yourself. Here's the next level. If you sell a $1,000 product, or let's just call this $999. We'll call that $1,000 because it's just a $1 short. If you had a $1,000 product, how many of those would you need to sell to break $100,000? 100. It's pretty easy. 100,000 products. If you sell $100,000 products, you have hit the six-figure mark. Now, if you have a $100 product, how many of those would you need to sell to get $100,000? You need to sell 1,000 of those, okay? And make this easier for yourself. Do you see how many more units you're having to sell for a smaller product? That's volume. You want to do volume. And guess what? You can stack these. You can sell 10 of these. At the same time, you can sell 100 of these. At the same time, you can sell 1,000 of the different units. At the same time, you can sell 100,000 of the different units. So you're actually able to stack with each product. Each product on its own can get you a six-figure income. Okay, if you make these products available in different avenues and maybe upgrade people from different products. Here's what I guarantee is going to happen. You will have some people that find you on this freemium model and fall absolutely in love with you. In the YouTube world, they call it the super fan, okay? The super fan may jump through this pyramid and go directly up here. That totally can happen. Oftentimes, here's what actually happens. People will find you on the freemium model and they're either going to love you or they're going to jump ship. And guess what? That's okay. If they go from this freemium model, they're just going to say, oh, I like you. I'm going to open up my wallet and buy your CD. I'm going to jump from this level to this level. After they buy your CD, they're going to love you even more. Say, oh, you know what? I want to spend more time with you. I'm going to buy your digital course. I'm going to take that course and I'm going to eat that up. After they buy your digital course and they fall in love with you even more, they're going to say, you know what? I can't get enough of you. In fact, I want to do what you're doing and I want to hire you as my private personal mentor. What's it going to cost? I've already opened my wallet. You name the price. Okay? This happens. I guarantee this happens. It happened to me several times this last month. This is your product funnel. What you need to do is write down on a sheet of paper these different dollar amounts and assign each one of them a digital or a physically consumable product. That is your pathway to six figures. Thanks for tuning into the Six Figure Mastermind today. I hope this video is useful for you and I hope you've started to build your product funnels already. Now, by the way, before you go, I want you to hit the subscribe button and definitely ring the bell so you can get the video notifications from me. But more importantly, if you are on fire in your business and you want to build your business to a six-figure income, I want to know who you are. So in the description of this video, there's a link for you to click so you can get some information directly from me and my team to see what that looks like for you. I'll see you soon.